So hello guys, I'm Coriander and welcome back to Let's Code It with Coriander. So as promised, I'm back with a new lesson and a new video. Okay, so the video contains the lesson, and today we will be looking how to take input in Java, and in addition we will also look what are the operators and what are expressions. So let's start. So let me tell you, for taking input in Java, we have to import something. Import java.util.scanner, and don't forget to apply this semicolon in the last. Now you might have a question what I have done here. So actually I have imported scanner class here. Okay, this is a scanner class which is required to take input from the keyboard. Okay, now after importing scanner class, what we will be doing is we will make a scanner object. So this is how we make a scanner object, scanner, and we will name the scanner object, and then we will again type new scanner. Okay, new scanner. Now we will again place a semicolon here. Okay, now why it is showing an error? Now as we are taking input, we have to write something here also. We will write system.in. So you can see, as the name suggests, system. We are talking about the system, and .in we are taking input. Now how will it work? We will see sc1 dot next line. Now for taking an input of next line, you can use this, or I say a line. If you're taking an input of a line, you can use this next line. If you want to take input of a word, you can use next only. It is by default like this. Okay, you can use this. And if you want to take input of int, you can use this. If it is float, you can take this. If it is double, you can do this. Like, you can explore these class by your own also. So mainly we will be using next float, next int, and next line or next. Okay, so here we will write next line and we will click on enter. Done. Now I have this input. Now I have to store this also. Okay, actually it is only taking input. So if I want to store and I want to print this to show that I have taken the input, what we will do is we will do let me give it some space, and I will write it here. I will write capital S, small t, ring, and a, and we will place an equal to here. So now this much part is saved in the variable a. Okay, and as you know, as I have told you in the previous videos, for printing a variable or an object which you want, you have to do like this, system.out.println, and then we will type here a, escape, control plus s, and then we will click on let me tell you that if you don't do this, right click and then run, and you have previously opened any file, then it will give output of the previous file. Okay, so remember, whenever you make a new file, do right click and then click on run. So now it will run. Okay, so we have to give an input. So hi and hello. Now see, it has printed hi and hello, and the input was hi and hello, and it has printed the same. So I think the concept of taking input is clear to you now. Now let's come to the other part of the video, which is discussing operators, and we will also talk about expressions. So firstly, what are operators? Operators are something which we use in Java to make expressions. Now what are expressions? Expression, when I want to explain expression, let us see on this statement. This statement is an expression where there is a variable, there is a literal. Now you might not see this as a literal, but this is a literal. Let me show you. sc1 dot next line. Now here sc1 is a scanner class, and when we write dot next line, it will take an input, and the input will be in the form of string. Why it is in the form of string? Because we have defined it, because we have written here next line. Okay, so the input will be automatically in the form of string. Now as the input is in the form of string, this will be string a, and also the data type here is of string data type. And yes, a equals to sc1 dot next line, and here we will print this system dot out println. Now this much part is an expression, and now you might ask, where are the operators in this? So now let's study, and you will tell it by your own. So these are arithmetic operators. Now what are arithmetic operators? When we talk about arithmetic operators, you carry normal arithmetic operations by arithmetic operators. Now it might be confusing a bit, but let me explain you. When we write a plus b, or we can say when we write 1 plus 2, oh sorry, 1 plus 2, we mean to say that 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Okay, so here we have plus. Here our plus is an arithmetic operator, which is showing the relation between these two to assign a new value, or we can say to derive a new value, that 1 plus 2 is also always equal to 3. It's not equal to 4 or equal to 5. Okay, now the arithmetic operators here are simple: plus, minus, and this star which you can see here is sign of multiplication. Okay, remember it. It is sign of multiplication. This is sign of divide. Okay, and this is sign of modulus. Now what is modulus? Okay, let me show you what it is. If I will show you this practically, it will make more sense. So let's remove this much part, or we can, no, I think we should remove this much part. And yes, now we will say int a equals to 36, no, 37. 37 is also fine. And we will say b equals to, sorry, int b equals to 6. Now we are saying that we will print a divided by b. Okay, now let us see what this makes. It will give us 6. Now why it is giving us 6? Any idea? Oh, this is a video, so I have to tell you, because this will answer in our quotient. Okay, this will give us quotient. So 37 divided by 6, the maximum value it can reach is 36. 6 6 are 36, and then it will give us 6 6, oh sorry, 6. So the remainder here is 1, and this is the difference between the modulus and the normal divide, that when we place a modulus here, we can see that it will give us 1. So the previous one gave us quotient, while this one gives us remainder. So I think this is the basic difference that you should know here. Okay, now let us come to assignment operator. Before it, here is unary operators, and I've written some operators. We'll discuss in further classes because it will be best to learn those operators at the time of their application only. Okay, so let's move towards assignment operators, and I'm telling you about these operators because we will be using these operators in our near future. Okay, so assignment operators, these are our assignment operators. As the name suggests, assignment operators are used to assign values. In this expression you can see that sorry, in this expression you can see that int a equals to 37. When we say int a equals to 37, the equals to part is an assignment operator, because without this we cannot assign the value to a. Now we have assignment operator here. Now let me show you that it is not necessary that we assign the value here only. We can also do this. Now what I have done here, I have declared the variable. Okay, so now Java knows, our our interpreter knows that we have a variable named a. It doesn't know its value, but it knows that we have a variable a. Okay, so why is it important? It's important because now what we are going to do is we will give a value of 1. Okay, and wow, we say that we have to specify the data type, but that's something that we have already done, sorry. Okay, so now what I will do is I will click on a plus equals to 1, and now some of you might think that this statement is wrong, but no, it isn't. Let me tell you what this statement means. This statement simply means that a equals to a plus 1 now. What does that mean? The new value of a equals to the previous value of a plus 1. So now if we do south and then we print a here, let me remove this much part, and then we click on S, and then we click on shift plus F10, it will give us 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. What if we do here 3? It will give us 4. Okay, yes, it will give us 4. And same as the case with multiply equals to, minus equals to, divide equals to, modulus equals to. Okay, I will show you minus equals to and multiply equals to, and the other I'm giving you as a homework to experiment with. So we will say minus 1 equals to, and if you know the answer, please comment below and apply this timestamp. Okay, minus 2. So why it is giving so? It is giving so because here we have 3 and we have here my a. So a equals to a minus 1. Sorry, 1 minus a. So a is here, a equals to 1 minus a. So now what value will be is, and remember when we talk about plus also, it is 1 plus a. Sorry, I should have told you this before. So we will write 1 minus a, and this will give us a equals to 1 minus 3, which is minus 2. Wow, now we will apply here multiply 3. Okay, so it is printing 3 only. So if I place this much only, is there any difference? Yes, there is. What if I change the value here? If I make this value 3, it will give us 9. Okay, because it is not like this. It's not simply equals to. It is like previous value into 3. Okay, new value into previous value. You will have a more clear sense of this when we will move forward in these videos. And okay, so our next operator is relational operator. Relational operator. In relational operator, what we do is we try to tell the relation between two variables, or we can say one variable and one literal. So if I say relation, let me show you that. Here we can have b. Okay, so we don't have any need to do so. I will remove this much part and we will come towards b. I will say that it is 3 also. Now as you can see, if we say that a is equal to b, which we write like south, so we will print the result here. Okay, a double equals to b. Now what will it print? Any guesses? No, you don't have. It will print. Why is it so? Because here the value of a is 3 and the value of b is also 3, and when we check the relation between two and we want to know if they are equal to each other, we use double equal to. And if we want to check that if a is not equal to b, what we will do is we will apply this exclamation mark. That's what we call it in English. And yes, it will give false because a is equal to b here. Now what if I change the value here? I make it 4. It will give us true. Yes, it gave us true. There are other logical sorry, there are other relational operations also, or sorry, operators, like less than, more than, less than equal to, more than equal to, and this is what I have explained you just now. So let's see these also. Instead I should tell you about these two, and I think it will be clear that this and this will be an analogy. So if I say that a is less than b, is that true? Yes, it is true, because 3 is always less than 4. So it will give us true. If I do it like this, it will give us false. Now what if I do like this? Will it give us false or true? It will give us true. Now let me tell you, when we talk about less than equal to, it will be verify this situation here. If one of these two is true, it will give us true. So if I say that the less than part is true here, then it will give us true. And if I say that the less than part is false, because we will give it 4, sorry, we will give it the value of 4, it will give us true here also, because this equal to part is true here. Okay, so I think this much is clear. Now let's come to logical operators. Now what are logical operators? Logical operators are the operators which we use in our daily life also, and, or, not. Now in Java we write it like this, and here is pipe, and here it is the exclamatory mark, which we have just used here in the relational operators also. So you may have a clear virtue of this part, not. So we will discuss and or here. So if I say that this statement is true and I want to say that or, so how will we say it or? Like this, or a is greater than equal to b, and we click on Ctrl plus S and then we run the program, it will give us true. Now why it is giving so? Because OR states that you can choose either this part or this part. If one of these parts is correct, then it will be a whole true. What I mean to say is, even if one statement in these parts is wrong, it will be executed as a true statement. Okay, I think this much should be clear. Now what if I apply here an AND? Should it give true or false? Okay, so let me tell you why it is giving true. It should have given false if I have removed here equal to, because greater than or equal to uh, is a true statement. Here both the statements are true, so it will give a true. What if we remove here this? It will give us false. Yes, it is giving false. Why is it so? An AND statement interprets a statement, an AND operator, or we can say an AND, interprets a statement in this way. It says, oh, so you have a true statement and you have a false statement. Overall, you are a liar, so I will pass false. Okay, and you can understand this by that OR is a pessimistic operator. OR is an optimistic operator, and AND is a pessimistic operator. If all the statements are right, but one statement is wrong, it will still give false. In the case of OR, if all the statements are wrong, but one statement is right, it will give us true. Okay, so I think this much is clear. And these are the operators which we will discuss in further classes. I'm not talking about these in the following 2 to, or we can say 10 to 12 classes. But if you think that you cannot wait and you are curious enough to search these and know about these, I won't mind, you can do so. Coming to expressions. Now, as you know that these operators perform some operations, and when we define these operations in Java, it forms expressions. So when we say that int a equals to 34, this part is an expression. As I told you in the start of video, this is an expression where we are defining the variable, we are defining the type, and we are assigning the value to the variable. If I say that a plus equals to 4, this much part is also a statement. Expression. Here it is an expression. It is a statement also, but let's not talk about that now. It's an expression here. And when we talk about b equals to a, we have not defined b until here. We will write it here. A double equals to b, and we will close this much part. Okay, so it is showing an error, not a statement. Yes, if we use it in south, this much is an expression here, but you should know that it is the expressions work in Java, and we have to know expressions well. If we write it like this, minus a minus equals to 3, then it is an expression. And yes, all these things in which we use operators and operations are expressions. So in the next video, I will talk about other things, and yes, I will also discuss precedence in the other video. So please stay tuned, and yeah, we will meet in the next video. So till then, see you, bye bye.